Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, Stage 3 drought rules are lifted in Victoria, what residents can expect under the new water restrictions. Lingering floodwaters cause delays and danger for some local drivers. And the Guadalupe River flooded warning continues, how rising waters could impact communities, not just in Victoria.
We finally got a break from all of the rain that's been happening, but we are going to be seeing some more rain coming up this week. We'll be talking about that coming up.
And as we await 7-on-7 state football tournament, we'll be previewing and catching up with the Tidehaven Tigers. See what they have to say ahead of their tournament.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker. Shauna Curry is off tonight. The city of Victoria is making some changes to drought restrictions after the recent rainfall. 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting joins us to explain the changes. Trenton?
Thank you, Don. The city is lifting Stage 3 drought restrictions and returning to Stage 2. Heavy rainfall caused the Guadalupe River to rise, and that allows the city to resume normal pumping and reduces the need for restrictions. Under Stage 2, residents still must limit their watering to the hours of 6 a.m. to 10 and 8 p.m. to midnight. That includes using an automatic lawn sprinkler or hose-in sprinkler, filling pools, and washing vehicles at home. Now, the city will end Stage 2 restrictions when the flow of the Guadalupe River rises above its low flow threshold for 14 consecutive days. Don, back to you.
Trent, thank you. And speaking of the Guadalupe, the National Weather Service continues a river flood warning for Victoria, Calhoun, and Refugio counties. The warning is for the Guadalupe River near Bloomington. The warning continues until Wednesday morning. At 1 p.m. today, the Guadalupe was measured at 23 feet. Flood stage is 20 feet. The National Weather Service reports minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is forecast. Now, with the rain subsiding, at least 2 Victoria County roads are closed for some time. 25 News Now reporter Ray Mosley went out to the roads to inspect them. And Ray, what did you find?
Yes, Don, there was one road in Victoria County that has major damage after the flooding. Kemper City Road East is closed due to heavy rain and flooding that occurred this past weekend. After the flooding, in the middle of the road is a huge hole that is blocked off by a road closed sign, along with some creeks being above surface level. It's recommended to proceed with caution and avoid the road. If possible, seek alternate routes, and above all else, if you can, stay home. Gin Road at the Mercado Creek closing is closed to all traffic after last week's flooding. The crossing will remain closed for the foreseeable future until the restoration activities can be completed. Don?
Ray, thank you. Victoria County Animal Services reports finding a huge reptile on Zach Lentz Parkway earlier today. In a social media post, the department says they picked up an alligator that was around 5 feet long. It's one of the biggest they've ever seen. VCAS Director Mark Sloat says gators are common in the Coastal Bend area. He says this large reptile may have been hit by a vehicle overnight, and Animal Services stepped in to pick up the animal in place of game wardens who usually handle gator sightings. Sloat says the recent rains and flooding may have raised water levels in uncommon places, giving the gators more pathways to travel. He reminds families to keep track of their pets and small children, especially after heavy rains. We get a break from the rain. Let's go to Jacob Lozano with a first look at the forecast. And I guess first question is, Jacob, how long is this break?
It's not a pretty long break, to be honest with you, Dom. But look at that. I mean, we have sunny skies right there in the background. 89 degrees is what we reached here today. But the rain was actually pretty much everywhere except the crossroads. We had rain up there in Houston, lots of rain down in Corpus Christi, and rain in the Gulf. Some areas right around Port O'Connor saw a little bit of a shower that pushed up through, but immediately just dissipated. But we're going to be talking about rain chances possibly coming up out of the Pacific coming up here in the full weather report. Don?
Jacob, thank you. Here's a clarification on a story we reported earlier. Bloomington Stronger Together, a nonprofit organization, will meet at 6:30 Tuesday night. They will hold their meeting at the VFW building. They will discuss the upcoming water board election, the formation of a Little League team, and the implementation of a post office box for the newly formed city of Bloomington. The newly incorporated city of Bloomington will hold its first city council meeting at 6 Thursday night. The meeting is set to take place at the VFW building. On the agenda is the discussion of a mayor pro tem appointment and the structure for city council meetings moving forward. They plan to have their second city council meeting at 7 p.m. Friday, July 25th. Governor Greg Abbott signed a property tax relief package today. The package will raise the homestead exemption by 40% and zero out property tax bills for some Texas seniors. Senate Bill 4 will raise the homestead exemption to $140,000. Another property tax bill, Senate Bill 23, would raise exemptions for disabled Texans and those over the age of 65 to $60,000. The governor also signed House Bill 9, which raises the business personal property exemption to $125,000. The two Senate bills would need to be approved by Texas voters in the November election. South Padre Island officials are concerned about the future state of their beaches as the Trump administration's federal spending cuts and FEMA phase-out threaten coastal protection this hurricane season. You can read this full Texas Tribune article by visiting our website, crossroadstoday.com. And here is your viewer poll tonight. Have you noticed any changes to beaches or coastlines in your area in recent years? The choices are yes, big changes, some minor changes, another choice, no noticeable changes, and then not sure. 45% of our voters say they have seen some minor changes in their coastlines in recent years. We thank you for voting, and we want to hear from you. Visit crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and we'll have the latest results on 25 News Now after the NBA Finals. Southwest Airlines adds a new safety feature. It's an alert system similar to safety systems in newer cars that detect blind spots. This alert system gives pilots verbal warnings and text alarms. It could be used if a pilot is about to use the wrong runway for takeoff or landing, or if a pilot is coming in too high or too fast for a landing. Dallas-based Southwest says the alert system was added to nearly all of its 800 aircraft. It comes after a series of close calls with planes at U.S. airports in recent years. Be sure to catch the latest episode of Let's Grow Texas Ag. Catch the show on KVU tonight, right after this show, 25 News Now at 6. It's on KVCT tonight at 9:35, right after Fox 19 News Now at 9. And it's on KMOL Wednesday night at 6:30. It also streams on Zeem at ZEAM, so don't miss Joe Adams and Let's Grow Texas Ag. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell, then you can see Crossroads Today on YouTube. A sudden stop and an unusual discovery, how a grenade-like object forced a bus evacuation in North Texas, and what police found inside the bag. That's coming up on 25 News Now at 6. Also ahead, a major step in the opioid fight, how states plan to use an historic settlement with Purdue Pharma. An inert replica grenade found in an abandoned bag led to the evacuation of a charter bus and a response from a bomb squad in North Texas this morning. Police say they were called to this Plano gas station where a charter bus stopped in the parking lot. Police said the driver discovered the bag while loading passengers and their luggage. When the driver opened the bag, he reported finding a grenade inside. The driver called the police. The bus was evacuated. A passenger told officials it was his bag. He said the grenade was an inert war replica that belonged to his grandfather. Israel's prime minister says its Air Force, under his words, controls the skies over Tehran as the country's four-day conflict with Iran intensifies. Both sides are reporting fresh strikes. The death toll on both sides is growing. As Israel vows to intensify attacks, Iran is promising its response will grow as well.
Screams echo across the ordinary streets of Tehran. The horrors in Iran are harder to find video of, but it's hard to watch when you do. A deputy foreign minister posting this damage to his ministry. Several civilians injured, he said. Israel's defense minister clarified Monday he meant no harm to Tehran's residents when he said earlier the city would burn unless Iran's missiles stop. But many have seen flames already and are fleeing the capital. Nothing like this before in their lifetimes. In the western city of Kermanshah, state media posted images of the intensive care unit of a hospital damaged. The IDF told CNN they were, quote, not aware of any attack that happened on a hospital in Iran, end quote, and it's unclear if anyone was hurt. But numbers Iran's health ministry have given speak of just how wide-scale the Israeli onslaught has been. Over 200 dead, 90% civilians since Friday, they said. But each number, its own story. Many from the youth that the West sees as the hope for Iran's post-Ayatollah future. This is Tara Hajmiri, dancing at the dentist, killed alongside her family, said state media. Also, Nilufar Galevand, big in gyms and social media, aged 31, killed alongside her parents. And Pania Abbasi, a poet, aged 23, killed with her parents and brother. Her poem, The Extinguished Star, reads, "You and I will come to an end, somewhere. The most beautiful poem in the world falls quiet." Nick Payton-Walsh, CNN, London.
55 attorneys general agreed to a $7.4 billion settlement with bankrupt drug maker Purdue Pharma. The agreement was reached today with the attorneys general of all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and 4 U.S. territories. The payment is intended to resolve thousands of lawsuits claiming Purdue Pharma's OxyContin created and fueled a nationwide opioid addiction crisis. The Purdue Pharma settlement, in principle, is the nation's largest settlement with individuals responsible for the opioid crisis. Happening now, the G7 summit is taking place in Canada. This gathering of world leaders, including President Trump, is taking place just days after Israel's unprecedented strikes on Iran, as both sides widen their attacks, as well as against the backdrop of the ongoing war in Ukraine and tensions over trade.
The G7 summit is the first international summit of President Donald Trump's second administration, giving us a glimpse at how he plans to handle these relationships over the next several years. The leaders are gathering in Canada to discuss critical global issues.
This marks the 50th birthday of the G7, and the G7 is nothing without U.S. leadership.
Looming over the meetings, Israel's unprecedented strikes on Iran and the spiraling conflict. According to officials from multiple delegations, Trump's counterparts plan to press him on his strategy as they call for a de-escalation of hostilities. The leaders are also welcoming Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for talks this week. Ukrainian officials are hoping a positive interaction with Trump could advance Kyiv's case as European leaders push for stronger sanctions against Russia. Also top of mind, trade tensions.
We're going to be talking about trade and many other things. And we have a whole group of people, some traders and some other people. I see my top economy people.
The U.S. president has set a deadline that is less than a month away now for dozens of countries, including several present at the meeting, to come to trade agreements or potentially see sweeping tariffs go into effect. During Trump's first term, the G7 summits were often colored by disagreements between the U.S. president and his fellow leaders, and at times he questioned if his attendance was truly necessary. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Powerful storms this weekend led to at least 4 deaths in the northern part of West Virginia. The storms triggered major flooding. Besides the 4 deaths, at least 4 other people are missing. Governor Patrick Morrisey urged residents to stay away from the affected areas. He declared a state of emergency for Ohio County. That will allow for more state resources, including the National Guard, to help in the county's rescue efforts.
Well, we stayed relatively dry today, even though we had a big shower last night, but we're going to talk about more rain chances for this week coming up after the break. Lots of showers and thunderstorms that we had last night. Well, we saw a little bit of that today around the crossroads, but not specifically in the crossroads. We did have this rotation of showers that popped up here in the morning time from that remaining outflow boundary there around Corpus Christi. But there were showers and thunderstorms from daytime heating that popped up around Houston, as well as remaining in the Gulf. But we didn't see much here for us there, though. Now, we did see a little bit of a shower that moved on towards Port O'Connor, but as soon as it got towards closer to land, it actually just dissipated there for us there. And you can see the little rainfall totals right there. But like I mentioned, a lot of it just stayed out in the Gulf, and it stayed well north and well south of us, which is great for right now. But we're going to be talking about possibly some more rain showers here for tomorrow. So remainder of the night, we're going to be all good with the rain. We're going to be pretty much in the clear. We're basically going to see mostly sunny, mostly clear skies, we're at the night. And cloud cover is going to start to pick up here once again here by the morning time. And we'll start to see little pop-up showers here by the afternoon as we get that daytime heating rolling in. So by Tuesday afternoon, tomorrow, we could see a stray shower or thunderstorm possible for the daytime. But by the time we get to the evening here, we'll start to see some dissipation here with that. Now, we are going to be seeing, though, more rain chances for our forecast here coming in here Thursday and Friday. We're watching this now potential tropical cyclone 5E. It's now potential because it has the potential of becoming a tropical cyclone, but it's within 3 days of making landfall. So the National Hurricane Center changes the criteria of this so they can actually track it and update everybody. But 90% development here within the next 48 hours. So we may see it develop here between Tuesday and Wednesday. But when we watch it, we're actually going to be seeing lots of moisture rise up. We're going to have this mid-level high right there. It's going to be grabbing the moisture and reeling it up towards us because it moves in a clockwise rotation. So it'll be grabbing this moisture and flinging it more towards us as this hurricane, looking like a Category 1 as of right now based off of this model, will be pushing through here by 5 p.m. here Wednesday. And by Thursday morning, we're already starting to see that moisture get carried up by those upper-level winds or those mid-level winds there. And that's where we're going to start to see those showers and thunderstorms here pop up by the 5 o'clock time frame here for Thursday. And we'll see this continuation of waves of showers and thunderstorms here by Friday as well, and may see some lingering showers and thunderstorms here for the Saturday and weekend time, just depending on the moisture and what the track is on the potentially hurricane there. But right now, temperatures are within the 80s here. We got up to 89. It's 90, feels like 94 right now with those south-southwesterly winds at about 13 miles per hour. but those temperatures are going to be picking up as well as those winds. Tomorrow morning, we'll be getting up to 79 degrees, and we'll get up to 86 by about noontime. But we'll be jumping around the low 90s for our high here, and as well Wednesday, we're going to be seeing 81 for our morning low and 87 by noontime, and we'll be getting up to 91 degrees for our high. But along with that, humidity values will rise. So we're going to see Tuesday, Wednesday, 106, 102 heat index values. So it's going to feel like that outside. But we're going to see it drip down there, 98, 96 because of the tropical moisture. So we'll get a little bit of a break here from those triple-digit heat index values. But for your daily planner, though, sunny skies, 90 degrees, southerly winds at about 16 miles per hour, as well as Port Lavaca getting to about 15-mile-per-hour winds. Could see 25-mile-per-hour gusts throughout the crossroads tomorrow as well with 91 degrees. But the next 7 days, we got rain chances in our forecast, breezy conditions tomorrow and Wednesday. But when that tropical moisture rolls in, we're definitely going to continue to watch it as it progresses. Now, don't forget to scan the QR code to put Crossroads Today on your phone for more news, weather, and sports. And also, hurricane season is here. We just talked about that. When the storm hits, the power goes out. Will your family be ready? Stay storm ready with Aztec, Ford, and Goliad. We're giving you the chance to win a free generator to keep your home powered when you need it most. It's quick, it's easy, and it could save you big when the lights go out. Come to crossroadstoday.com now to register for the Storm Ready Power Giveaway. Proudly sponsored by Aztec, Ford, and Goliad. Click on the menu at the top left of the crossroadstoday.com website. Click on Entertainment, click on Contest, and click on Storm Ready Power Giveaway, and good luck. Don?
Jacob, thank you. Before we talk NBA 5-on-5, Ray Robinson is here to talk about 7-on-7.
That's right, Don. This past weekend, I caught up with head coach Lucio and QB Kel Russell. See what they have to say after advancing to the state 7-on-7 tournament. Continuing your state 7-on-7 football coverage, and today we're talking about the Tidehaven Tigers, a team who reached the state tournament for their 6th year in a row. Coming up at 10, we'll hear more from Coach Lucio and quarterback Kel Russell. But here's a brief preview of what they had to say.
7-on-7 here at Tidehaven has grown so much. When I first got here, we had a hard time getting kids to come out, and we almost had to force it. And now we've got kids competing 7-on-7 from kindergarten on up, year round. They practice out here on the field.
And, last year we made a good run. We went all the way to the championship game, lost a close one. And then, but this year, we feel a lot better. Our timing's better, receivers are better, faster. We got 5 returning receivers, so I mean, that's always good. Defense is looking good, so it makes it real easy for me to do what I got to do.
And another team that's headed to College Station is the Bay City Black Cats, and they will be having their 2nd annual Kings of the South 7-on-7 tournament and lineman challenge on Thursday, June 19th. Some other Crossroad teams that will be there is Tidehaven and Yoakum. So 2 of our Crossroad teams will be receiving some extra practice before the UIL state tournament. And some unexpected weather drama at the ballpark last night as the Victoria Generals had their 2nd game of the series called off. The Generals were facing off against the Brazos Valley Bombers, and by the 3rd inning, the Bombers had taken a 4-2 lead. But after an early weather delay, the game was ultimately canceled. Due to conditions, the Generals had a strong start to the series, dominating the first game, final score 10-0. Fans will be hoping for better weather and a chance to see the Generals back in action soon. And there will be some more action at Riverside. Hopefully the weather won't be the case for tonight, as it will feature some of our local Little League teams. Victoria Northeast will be taking on another Crossroads Little League team in Calhoun. The game is expected to begin at 8 p.m. And the Crossroads Sports Center is continuing to make an impact with our local hoopers. After a successful grand opening and hosting several events this past weekend, such as the Texas A&M Kingsville Showcase, the Crossroads Sports Center is preparing to have their Battle of the Crossroads 3-on-3 basketball tournament. This will be on the 28th. The start time is to be determined. And a big shout out to some amazing softball stars from our Crossroads school who crushed it this season. The Ganado Maidens and Shiner Lady Comanches made a huge splash on the Texas High School Coaches Association softball Super Elite team. Try saying that twice. Reigning state champions in Ganado had Sailor Burris, who was named Pitcher of the Year, dominating on the mound, and Kaylin Benavidez also earned a spot on the elite team. Shiner wasn't far from finishing as state runner-ups. Bentley Ramirez snagged Offensive Player of the Year honors, lighting up the plate, and Lauren Springfield also made the Super Elite team. These players showed some serious talent and heart all season long, making their schools and the whole region proud. And right here on KAVU will be a crucial Game 5, which with the series tied at 2 each, with the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting the Indiana Pacers. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. And as a proud Okie, Don, I think you have a great idea on who I'm rooting for.
Yes, we'll take more Rockets fans. Thank you. All right, we're back in a moment. A museum in Italy won't take a back seat to any other museum. They won't take this chair either. Tonight, an Italian museum's worst nightmare happened after a valuable piece of artwork was seriously damaged. This video was released after a tourist broke a crystal-covered chair in April. Boom! You can see a man and a woman taking pictures in front of the exhibit. Once the man sat down, the chair seat and front legs broke. The pair then hurried out of the room. The artwork was inspired by one of Vincent van Gogh's most famous paintings. The museum was able to fix the chair. The two people involved are unknown. An investigation is ongoing. Yeah, sit down, sir, and get ready for the surprise of your life. Is it ready? Boom! Oh, no! Oh, I guess I'll go viral. Yeah, you did, sir. The Hurricane Tracking Guide 2025 is here. Stay prepared and stay safe. Pick up your free copy at these locations: Full of Pep in Cuero, El Campo Cycle Center, Palace Bingo in Victoria, Coastal Bend College in Beeville, Went Services in Victoria, Victoria All Sports, and Aztec Ford in Goliad. Don't wait, get yours today. I think I have a copy of this for you to show off also, Jacob. This is really jam-packed full of information, and it's free.
Yeah,
you pick it up at one of the places I mentioned. It's free. Bunch of stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least hurricane season right now, it's pretty much on a slow start for the Atlantic side at least. We are going to see a little bit of tropical moisture from the Pacific, though, make its way into the Gulf, but it's not going to be anything crazy. For the next 7 days, we're expecting quiet conditions within the Atlantic. But 20% chance of rain tomorrow with a stray shower, breezy conditions here Tuesday and Wednesday. And that tropical moisture is going to be making its way northward here. So Thursday and Friday and possibly through the weekend, we could see some tropical rain push through our region. So do be aware that we are receiving more rain in an already saturated crossroads region. So,
but no tropical wind.
No tropical wind.
Just the rain.
Just the rain. That's just the rain.
We'll watch for it. Thank you, Jacob, and thanks for joining us. And we'll see you tonight for 25 News Now after Game 5 of the NBA Finals.